Is this on? Are we starting? Testing. 1, 2.
Rebecca here. I made this movie to share my journey. From a carefree kid to a human resources goofball, working hard to clean up oil spills. I had been teaching Pilates and yoga for several years to relieve the stress of my job. I finally felt it was time to explore yoga further, so I signed up for a 200-hour yoga teacher training. A move, some hurricanes, a horseback riding accident led me to my 300-hour yoga teacher training. I hope you enjoy watching my journey unfold.
Was this her?
Fork stuck in the road. Time grabs you by the wrist, directs you where to go. So make the best of this test and don't ask why. It's not a question but a lesson learned in time. It's something unpredictable, but in the end is right. I hope you had the time of your life. So take the photographs and still frames in your mind, hanging on a shelf in good health and good time. Tattoos and memories and dead skin on trial. For what it's worth, it was worth all the while. It's something unpredictable, but in the end is right. I hope you had the time of your life.
Life started to settle back down the summer after Hurricane Sandy, until December 1st, 2012. I was riding a horse on the beach in Frisco when I was thrown off the horse, landing 5 feet away in the water. I remember thinking I'm drowning and I'm swimming in circles. I didn't realize at first that my right collarbone and several ribs were broken. The accident taught me to lean into my discomfort and pain, to be still, and to embrace my healing process.
My foolish heart, when will you learn? You are the eyes of the world, and there's nowhere else to turn. Nowhere else to turn.
My January sadhana was to wake up every day, which I managed to do. I didn't necessarily get out of the bed first thing in the morning, but I did wake up. Oftentimes, I managed to get from the bed out to the armchair or the sofa. I did manage to make it to school that first month. I learned adaptability. I learned how to write with my left hand. These are my notes from the very first class. Not very easy to read. So painful to move the collarbone, especially without any narcotics. So I also wore this lovely sling. Oh, so sexy. and my wonderful leg brace that didn't want to stay up at all. So in February, as part of my sadhana, I started a gratitude journal. Became a little bit of a way to mark milestones as well in my recovery process. And so at the beginning of February, I was able to drive. On the 11th, I danced in the living room with the dogs, which is something that I love to do. On the 14th, I had a panic attack. My best friend came to pick me up, to take me out to get my hair cut. And I think all of the lights and the noise and the traffic and the people was sensory overload. And that might be the first time I started to realize that I had suffered a brain injury and that I was, not getting treatment for that. And at the beginning of March, I was able to take my first yoga class. I took beginner's yoga with Becca G, and I did actually fairly well. I was surprised at that point what my body could tolerate and what my mind would allow me to do. In April, I wrote about a fundamental mind shift that was occurring. I have always taken on others' emotions, a big sponge, and I really started to shift in the ways that I was dealing with the emotions of others around me. In May, I started exploring a lot of topics that were of interest to me a little bit deeper: Ayurveda, essential oils, the vagus nerve, the elements, spirituality, Santosha, the psoas, and I wrote about a conversation that I came across that was of interest to me. Daily practice regulates the mind, body, and emotions. Regulated mind, body, and emotions clarify perception. Clear perception allows for appropriate responses. Appropriate responses develop wisdom. The wise want practice. Children want candy. It was a conversation with a San Francisco hobo. June brought new digs. July brought a new job. Summer sadhana. How was I going to find my way to Blissland? Sanctuary. Tie-dye. Art and Mother Nature. Ritual. Water. Fire. Healing juju of chant, Krishna. Yo jam. Kindred spirits on the path. Hopes, dreams, wishes. My October sadhana. My task is not to seek for love, but merely to seek and find all barriers within yourself that you have built against it. Rumi. My chakras are unfolding. November brought my second workshop.
I am the light of my soul. I am beautiful. I am bountiful. I am.
December 1st, 2013, spent very differently than December 1st, 2012. Right about this time, I had made it to the hospital. It had taken about 2.5 hours to get there, including traveling in the back of a military Humvee over the part of the road that had been washed out by Hurricane Sandy. I spent that night in the hospital alone, and luckily friends came and picked me up in the middle of the afternoon the next day. I spent today alone as well, other than the company of the dogs, who could care less what day it is. It was sunny today. It was a beautiful day, just like it was back then. I walked, though, on my own 2 feet today. I was not on the back of a horse galloping through the sand. It's been a long year. It's been an exciting year and a difficult year, and I'm not sure really what words of wisdom I would offer myself if I were to look back at this even a year from now, other than just to continue to breathe, to take in a full breath, and to appreciate your life, and to be full of gratitude for what is. Om Shanti. Namaste.